players Obina Anichili-Killen and Dezane Mingo. Dezane on the night, 22 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 turnover, critical. And Obina, 18 points, 8 rebounds, a couple monster dunks to put away a really good 83-66 win over ODU. Questions?
How's the win feel? This is one everyone's a must get this time of year, but and to play like that and to kind of put them away, and when they start pressing, is you kind of know you have them when you're breaking it like that.
Well, going down there, when we was up by, I think we was up by 17. They surprised us basically with the press. So we came back here and we worked on it. We figured out that the floor was pretty tight. Instead of us running to the elbows, it was running to the corners. Making them trap us and stuff. So, we watched film about it and we saw it. And most of the time, like you could tell, I had some few deep balls. We knew we were gonna get stuff like that. So we just capitalized on that.
Yeah. Before the game, I was worried about this one a little bit because last time we won 2 on the road, we came home and we let 1 slip to Georgia State. So we knew how important this win was, so it feels really good winning this.
What's the key on defense? A lot of times when they tell you to go under a screen, you don't want to go over a screen. You guys were going through the screen and tapping at it, and that caused a lot of problems for them, didn't it? It caused them a lot of turnovers, and you got steals from that.
Yeah, we pull. We try to play help defense basically. We know it wasn't a super 3-point. I think they're like bottom in the Sun Belt and 3-pointers. So we knew that. Obviously in the first half they came out firing, but we knew it wasn't going to be for long. So we just try to help our teammate and pull. And the scout was on 10, you go under, but 4 you got to go over, and then you got a hard hedge. So we just I'm proud of the guys. We did that pretty good today.
You mentioned that you kind of figured they would eventually pull off a little bit. Was that what you felt like was happening as it shifted to where you guys kind of
Yeah. We know we're gonna get everybody's best shot because nobody plays in this kind of atmosphere that we play. Look at the crowd. If you go to a Sun Belt game, you don't get the kind of crowd that we get at all. So most of the guys want to come down here and they want to showcase in front of the crowds. But we know at the end of the day, it was kind of like that too against Arkansas State. It was hot, and then the second half they cooled down. So we just tell the guys we just got to be poised. Keep battling, keep playing defense, keep playing tough, and we're gonna come back with it.
Zane, are you as cool out there as you look?
Yes,
One
it is.
time you're at half court, dribble, take the guy down to the hole. They think you're going to shoot, you hit Nate Martin for a layup. Then you go to shoot, you draw fouls. It's just like, dude, to me, everything runs you through you right now. If you don't have him, you're in trouble.
No,
You're making a lot happen.
we
He's
got
finding a lot out there.
the best thing about our team is we're really deep. So
Yeah.
someone like Kai Spears, he doesn't play that much minutes usually, and he came in and impacted the game big time. So you don't know whose night it's going to be for our team.
Yeah, he's also the Canadian Shea Alessandro, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Shea, yeah. He come off the screen and you look at his face, he's like. so yeah, man. No, he's a huge piece for us, man. He's a huge piece for us, man. I love that. Like he was here for my last year, bro.
Davis went off in the first half. Second half, y'all made life hard for him.
Yeah.
You made life hard for him.
Yeah,
There.
Yeah,
A lot of times you were on him, but he had 14 first half. He had like 2 points through the first 9 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, again, second half, Kai Spears didn't play. He came in second half, took a big role of guarding him, and we did a good job stepping up to take away when he was coming off the ball screen. So it's a team effort of defense on him. He's a good player.
As always, Coach always says we're going to celebrate tonight, but big one coming up on Friday night. Your last regular season game, Appalachian lost tonight, so a chance to really do something big with this game coming up on Friday.
After tonight's game, how do you guys feel on Friday?
Oh, okay. After tonight, we feel good. We're gonna celebrate this today, and then, like as Coach said, maybe we watch film. We're gonna put that behind us, and we're gonna focus on App State.
To build off what you're saying, you get Wyatt comes in, hits a 3 in the corner, Eric blocks a shot, gets a dunk, Kai pulls up one from the logo. When you have guys coming in and making those plays, how big is it for you guys whenever you're able to
Yeah, it's huge. Sometimes like I don't know. It's really big because like I said, it could be anybody's night. Like that's if you see like the best teams in our conference, it's the deepest teams, and I think we are the deepest team. So it helps us a lot.
What's that mean for the fresh legs? 'Cause if I'd have told you that, I guess Michael and Jalen would have sat much of this part of the second half, you win by 14. That shows how deep these guys are, and maybe the confidence that Kai and Jacob are getting every game, which makes you guys better.
Get that?
You got it.
No, I mean, coach just put, the hardest guy at the spot, at that time. It was that, the lineup, it was a lineup that was there, we was just hot back then. So I just think that, like, it wasn't about anything to do with Mike D or anybody. It was just, like, the hardest 5 down there.
It's neat to watch Kai bug somebody else, because Cody's always said that he's maybe the feistiest kid on this team, and to see him get at the other guys, that's got to be fun to watch him play such hard defense.
No, the way he plays in games, that's the same way he is in practice. Sometimes he's a little bit of a hack, you know what I mean? He's always kind of, little guard that always, like, it's kind of like a pest, pest you all the way around, but sometimes you just want to punch him, but, I mean, we need that kind of toughness, We need that kind of toughness.
All right, anything further for the guys? All right, thanks guys. 66 win. Marshall now 18-12 on the season, 11-6 in the Sun Belt Conference. We'll open with a statement from Coach Corny Jackson, and then we'll get to questions.
Proud of our guys. That was a really good team win. They came out on fire to start the game, and we kept our poise for the most part, and made some adjustments. The first start of the game, we had I shouldn't say a lot. We had a few blown defensive assignments, and we corrected those at halftime, and kind of took the 3 away from 4. I think he had 14 at halftime. I don't know what he finished with. He finished with 23, but 7 free throws. But again, all in all, man, good team win. Kai came in, gave us some great minutes. Jake Gibbs, Eric, Wyatt, all those guys came in and gave big minutes. You expect what you expect out of the starters, but those guys came in and gave us huge minutes. So it's a great team win.
Question?
You mentioned him starting. He started 4-6 and ended 4-10. So was there? Avina kind of said that they kind of expected them to cool off a little bit, but what was it? Maybe you saw that they were able to limit.
Well, at the start of the game, we were kind of trailing him. They were doing a little dribble at action. He was coming off, and our big was back right at their place, and we had talked about it in film. We need to be up and take that away first, all right, because he's coming off firing. And we showed him at halftime. Showed him, and we don't normally do that. We normally talk about it, but we pulled him into the film room and actually showed the guys at halftime that we need to make this adjustment coming out in the second half, and they executed it.
How important was it to be super disruptive when they would try to pick? Because, ask the guys, a lot of times you want to go under it, go over it, that's bad, but they were fighting through it, and a lot of times putting a hand out and causing some serious disruption for them to start their offense.
It depends on the personnel. You don't. If a guy's not a great shooter, you don't really necessarily want to go over it. You want to go under it. So it kind of depends on the personnel. Number 4, you can't go under him because he'll stop at the half-court line and shoot the 3. But certain guys on their team, you can go under, and that's just a scouting report thing. And I thought our guys did a great job of adjusting to it. Another thing that we did pretty well is we attacked the press. That's something that we put in the last few days going over because they caught us by surprise at Old Dominion. We turned it over a few times, but tonight I thought we made them pay.
How about the way things operate with Mingo out there? I'm just observing. He's out there dribbling, goes into the lane, goes up for a shot, Nate Martin, boom, layup.
Yeah.
Or he takes it to the hole, reads the whole flow. It seems like everything's going through him when he's out there.
Yeah, he's a smooth operator. And he's getting better and better. He's a young man that came from Canada and had to adjust to the physicality and the athleticism, but he's made the adjustment. There late in the game, we were just trying to get a switch because I felt he was better than the guy guarding him. He can take him one-on-one, so he was coming off and creating things for himself and others, and we needed every bit of it.
How satisfying is it to watch them do a press break like that, not once but twice, but I think 3 or 4 times in a row? When you work it to almost perfection, you're going to get slam dunks, and that really can debilitate a PO team.
Yeah, it's one of those deals as coaches, right? You give them the formula, I would say, and then they still have to take it out and execute it. But the last few days, we actually worked on it. We talked about it. We racked our brains a few times on what kind of press break and what was the best press break, and came up with that one a few days ago and walked through it. And those guys executed and made it look really well, really good tonight. You know, they're super aggressive, all right, and they got us at their place when, let's say, I'm getting trapped and this man comes and leaves his man and comes trapped. We were going away from the ball. So tonight we came to the ball. We started out higher to give more space, and then we set Obina or our big at the basket, and we really did a good job of executing it.
You mentioned Monday, limiting offensive rebounds. You guys are about even. And you beat them in turnovers as well, 12 and 15. So you're taking care of the ball and all those kinds of things. Felt like just in general that all of those points you guys were pointing at were executed well.
Yeah, you know what? They're a big offensive rebounding team, and that's almost half of their offense is offensive rebounds, right? Their last game against Georgia State, who we know they have the big kids inside, they had 26 offensive rebounds. At their place when we played them, they had 11. Tonight they had 9. But the biggest thing is, you keep a kid like number 6 to 3 rebounds, and he averages 9. So proud of our guys, man. It was a great team win, and we talked about last week or maybe the other day in my press conference. These guys care about 2 things: they care about each other, and they care about winning. And as long as we can keep those 2 things in the forefront, and when I say that, Jalen and Mike D, they didn't play most of the second half, but they were still cheering for their guys. Cade Gibbs, he hadn't played in 3 games, and he didn't do anything wrong. We just needed more size because we had given up so many points in the paint. So now Eric Harding with his size, we insert him in there, and tonight he had a block, he had a dunk, and Kate, but I said all that to say Kate is the biggest cheerleader. He's the biggest cheerleader that we have on the bench. And when you have a group like that that's cheering for one another, that's happy for other success, then you have a chance to do something special.
Friday, you all come in here, obviously a big day. There was doubleheader, senior days for both programs, and you're trying to finish this thing the right way. How important is Friday national TV audience to lead into next week's tournament in Pensacola?
I mean, obviously Friday's really important, but we've been all year just trying to win the day. So I thought we won enough days leading up to today, and we got this done. So we'll focus on winning Wednesday, focus on winning Thursday, and then hopefully that gives us the opportunity to win on Friday. We'll talk about it. I want those guys to enjoy their moments, the senior nights, but tomorrow we'll talk about that, in terms of, stay focused. Don't let the distractions, don't let the hype, don't let all that get to you. We still have to show up and play a game. So enjoy this one tonight, but we'll watch film. We'll turn the page tomorrow, and we'll look forward to winning Wednesday.
How big is the crowd going to be on Friday? How important is it going to be for Friday?
Really important. I hope it's a sellout. You know what? These guys deserve it. If you hadn't been to a Marshall game, to me it's important that you come, especially, and again, to see all the guys, but really Nate and Obina. You know what I mean? Nate, both of those guys had major offers last year, major money thrown at him last year. Obina stayed because he was loyal to Marshall, loyal to the program. Nate stayed because he was loyal to Marshall, loyal to the program. So those guys deserve it. You know what? They could have left out of here. They could have left Marshall in smoke, and they had opportunities to. Trust me. But they stayed, and obviously we put some good guys around them, the right fit, the right character guys, and they deserve it. They deserve a big crowd. So I hope people show up. I hope they're loud, and I hope they send these guys out the right way.
Anything further? Aaron?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.